Hello and welcome back to Desmin's Creek, our 5th edition live play that meets on Wednesday nights. Last time we met, the players got a very good story as they finished their mission for the Tiger's Eye. Unfortunately, we had a technical issue, and so there wasn't narration from the DM. So, a quick summary of that mission to that end is that they went back through the tunnels, ran afoul of the tunnel rats, who told them to surrender the prisoner, or they would kill him. They attempted to make good on that promise, but the party was ready to protect the asshole, and drove away the tunnel rats, after Reggie's calm emotions was ended by a rogue apple. A very brief fight ensued, in which they focused their fire and reduced the enemy's number to below their own quickly enough that they thought better of remaining engaged and dispersed. They delivered their captive into the Underdark, where they met a contingent of drow, a priest and priestess of Elistrae from Umbralite, and their honor guard, handing over the man and explaining that they should probably keep the gag in. Calm emotions had been cast to keep him sedate, and the drow requested that this be maintained as long as the caster felt comfortable to ease the burden of their travel back to Umbralite. They gave the party the sum of gold that had been agreed upon with the Tiger's Eye, and given how much the Syndicate had to do actually to acquire this guy, a tidy sum was put on top in the form of precious stones. They exchanged pleasantries with the drow, and it came to light that Vulcan was a creation of one of the heroes, one of the, how would they put it, the surfers of note during the Battle of Umbralite 10 years earlier. And they wished that, should it be possible, that, their thanks be carried back to that party that helped the drow shrug off the yoke of Lolth all those years ago. After that, the party went about collecting mushrooms, because so many of them are obsessed with making everybody else's life awful via poisons. And before mounting up and heading back. So, we return control of the story to the party as they have returned to the headquarters and gone to Tiger's Eye's office to report on their mission. The guards let you pass. The Tiger's Eye is expecting you. She seems to be working on some more ledgers and papers, going over contracts and the like on the other side of her desk, and barely spares a glance up as you assemble before her, before saying, "Well, how did it go?"
Horrible. I hated every second of it.
She
The
will.
job itself,
Before that.
fine.
She will stop and look up from the contracts to make eye contact with you, Morgan. The expression on her face says, "Please elaborate."
Before that, the person was successfully handed over. Everything in that respect done happily on all counts. Now,
They were rats. Not the same kind of rats as last time. These ones, fucked with their brains, made us see things. I don't like it. That place sucked, and I don't want to go there again.
She's going to hold eye contact with you, not moving or saying anything, for longer than is strictly comfortable. before she narrows her eyes, sets down the contract she was working on, she says, "Well, I suppose that answers my next question." And she pulls out a ledger, opening it, and begins making marks inside. "Were the rats the only unusual thing you saw out there?"
There were some mushrooms.
Did the mushrooms
mushrooms.
also, fuck with your brain?
I don't know, I
They were
didn't
the-
stay long enough to see, but these guys took some of them.
They were the only unusual thing, ma'am.
The other noteworthy thing that happened, which I'm sure you're already aware of, was some kind of fracas with the guards that we very pointedly stayed far away from and so could not report on. But I'm sure you're well aware of what was going on.
Yes.
And a light scuffle with the tall rats. The gang, not the creatures.
And let it not be said that I am not proud of you for staying out of this fracas. However, it does seem that it was caused by some lesser gang that was emboldened by some idiots who attacked the guards the other day.
Oh.
I wonder who that could be.
Couldn't tell you. They got away without being seen. How convenient.
Indeed.
Very well. Now then, Morrigan, can you please tell me a little bit more about these rats?
Well, they looked like normal rats until we attacked them, in which case kind of like... She she waves her hands around and like... become like unclear, like they kind of fizzled.
Twilight attempts to provide sound effects.
And then like seemingly swapped places with her allies. It became really hard to tell who's rat and who's friend.
She's going to look at you. All of you as a party. Are you still injured?
I didn't get hurt at all, but my brain, like, besides my brain, I don't like them touching my brain.
No, sorry. DM is asking, is anybody still injured?
Oh, no. Maybe. I don't know.
I think Al looks a little worse for wear still.
Vulcan?
Al didn't take a short rest.
Vulcan took a beating. Is Vulcan good?
He's still a bit injured, but he's not. I used hit die, so he's barely hurt.
No, but your chassis is still going to show the marks of the assaults upon you. And as she looks you over, she is going to see that a lot of you are hurt, but she's going to focus on Vulcan, and she's going to stand up and come around to the desk very quickly, and kind of like hands out like she wants to take hold of the robot to like examine the wounds, but like not daring to actually touch at this moment, like seeming like fighting herself about whether or not she should take hold of this thing or this person. And says, are you functional, Vulcan?
I am alright. I took some damage, but I am designed to take a beating.
Good. We would not want to lose this particular investment so soon after employing it. How did you handle yourself? Or rather, better question, to the rest of you, my A-team. How did he handle himself?
Perfectly.
You got super
With
pissed
the-
at one point.
With
Elaborate.
the appropriate amount of violence.
Indeed. Elaborate, Desmond.
He was yelling and his eyes turned red at one point.
Vulcan kind of cocks his head.
And was anyone hurt besides your enemies?
Al would glare at Desmin.
By Vulcan, she says, looking at Al's glare.
No.
Are you
I
intending
do
to
not
lie to
believe
her?
Ari genuinely cannot remember.
Okay, the answer is yes.
Oh.
Vulcan
He's
thunderwaved,
thunderwaving.
I think, 3 of his allies.
Well, I only actually hurt 2 of them. The
Oh.
other one just got covered in rat guts.
Yeah, I was just outside of it. I got the after effects.
A different kind of hurt. The trauma afterwards.
Morgan and Spider got blasted, but
Right, so who's going to report that since Vulcan cannot?
I got blasted? I don't think I got
There was a
blasted.
spell that he cast that,
you were mind controlled at the
in,
time.
Yeah.
in hitting a couple of the rats, also hit a couple of the team.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah, it
remember
was
it hitting me.
it pushed
And it
you
was
away.
after his eyes turned red.
Yeah, I guess it did that right.
Yeah, you got thrown backwards by the attack as a bunch of rats also died. So I ask again, who's going to report that to the Tiger's Eye?
But I was mind blown at the time. It means that to me it was a rat that shot me.
It was a rat that did that to you, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna speak up because
Okay.
I don't fucking know if
That's
it was a
Reggie
rat or
does.
a
entirely reasonable.
Reggie does. Reggie's like, there was a spell that he cast that hit hit enemies and a couple of us.
I really
and
need
when
to
he
think.
says a couple of us, he will point at the people who got hit.
She is going to approach Morrigan and say, "And are you very hurt by it?"
No, I didn't know it was him who did it. I don't like it.
You thought it was a rat that did it, right?
It looked like a fucking rat.
No, I'm beginning to piece this together. The rats you fought made allies look like rats. I get it. It doesn't match with any of the reports I've gotten. But I had to ask because we have gotten reports of strange things happening in the in-between lately. I've
Did
had
you know this
teams
before or after sending us there?
before.
There's always strange things that happen in between, though. Reggie says to Morrigan.
There is a reason I did not bring it up. I didn't want you looking for it and seeing ghosts. I wanted a fresh report with untainted eyes.
Makes sense.
And as I said, Morrigan, this does not fit with the reports that I had gotten. Most of the reports were about feeling watched. A couple people seeing strange shapes amongst the rocks and stalactites. One person said they saw eyes in the dark. Many eyes. But too big to be rats, I think, from my report. They worried it was some kind of monstrous spider, but it did not attack them. Did you see any of these things?
Reminder, did we ever have a perception check that pulled that out?
No. Just the
I just
rats.
remember us being confused about going right or left.
Yes. You were confused about going right or left because...
I remember that there had been... Basically, we had heard rats before we encountered them, but clearly was rats to us, which wouldn't have been the same kind of...
There were noises and shadows among the rocks, but they did seem rat-like.
Yeah.
And she's going to look to Spider and say, "And you? You weren't killed, I see, by this attack from Vulcan?"
Out of character, I don't remember how much damage I took from that.
You took more than Morrigan because you got slammed into a wall.
It's true. I think it was somewhere on the order of
It was
12.
14 points.
Yeah. I don't have it written down.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Spider will just shrug, just go, eh.
Well, I am glad no one was hurt. But I was hoping such a thing would not happen. Vulcan, what can you do about this to prevent it in the future?
I don't even recall doing it.
That's the bigger concern to me.
She's going to nod
Same.
at that statement. I want you all to keep an eye for this type of thing happening again. And I think that we will need to find a way to intervene. You said that the Herald was red ice.
Oh, when he got pissed? Yes.
Alright. So, I want you to keep an eye on Vulcan if we get into any further confrontations. And if you see red eyes, I would not be in front of him. So first, we make sure that we are identifying the signs correctly and getting ourselves safe. And once we are certain that this is correct, then if it continues to happen, we will start to determine how to counter it. Prevent it, even. Does this sound reasonable, team?
Sounds good.
And final question then, are you comfortable to continue working with Vulcan knowing that this is a possibility?
I believe he's a valuable asset. So yes.
Reggie looks at Desmond as he says, some amount of friendly fire when it comes to spells is not unheard of.
I'm sorry that you looked like rats.
What else
That would
happened because
be-
of these rats? Sorry.
Simply that.
He summoned his spirit guardians. It was uncomfortable.
That, yeah.
She nods, understanding, plain on her face, as she turns and...
We did heal everyone afterwards. It's understandable, but
Al still has, like, a cut on her lip, kind of.
there's just a stamp, like, still vaguely visible that says denied.
You know what? That, yeah.
I will pass the news of these weird rats on to my in-between team, and hopefully we will have more information on that before you're required to return to the in-between. In the meantime, should you end up in any of these lower tunnels, the in-between, the Underdark, I want you to keep an eye out for these other things that have been reported. If you feel any weird vibe, trust your sixth sense. I know you will, but I'm saying don't shrug off that feeling of being watched like you might do on other occasions. We've reason to believe that it might be something important, but we do not know what. I need all my eyes on whatever these other eyes are. You understand what I mean? Now
Yeah.
then, Desmond, payment?
Desmond's going to look to Vulcan because I'm pretty sure people put the chests in his bag.
Vulcan will pull the chest out of his pocket.
His trench coat pocket grows cartoonishly large as the chest comes out of it. Says, well, that is utilitarian. Good work. What do you do with the chest now that it's out? She remains behind her desk.
Yeah, he'll put the chest, like, if there's room on, like, a side of her desk, like, he'll put it on there. Otherwise, like,
You can set it there.
Yeah, that's what I figured, is he'll put it, like, in an open area, put the two chests there.
Yeah. So you place the two chests next to each other and open them so that she can see the contents. Dozens upon dozens of gold pieces. And, your receipt.
Yes. The receipt and the notes.
Very good. Anything to report about the drow? I trust they were friendly.
Yeah, they were quite friendly, actually. They were nice.
Yeah. And along with that payment, they also gave us extra bits for the party.
Very friendly. I do like to hear that. What do you plan to do with your newfound wealth? She says, a smile spreading across her face as she seems genuinely pleased that you are being rewarded for your efforts beyond her generous salary to you.
Question: did we like agree on like how to divide the extra wealth?
I think not yet, because there wasn't actually. I think that the decision, to my understanding, had been use the gems for jewelry, and then at that point, we would want to, appraise, sell, and distribute amongst us. So at the moment, everyone wouldn't be fully aware of what, like, the end.
Yeah, it's a sack of cut stones right now. But she seems to be genuinely curious if you guys have plans for your wealth. She's not staring you with lupine greed, asking what your contribution to her is, in case that's your concern.
Ready to say, I think Vulcan had offered to take some time and fashion some jewelry, and we'll see where we go from there.
Enterprising. I like the sound of that. Please, let me know how that goes. But again, I wish to return to the drow specifically. Are they to be our allies? Were they... It sounds like they were pleased with the work you did.
They were very pleased, especially with the condition of the prisoner. They were also particularly happy to find out the connection between Vulcan and what would I say, the
Heroes of the Draco War, heroes of the Battle of Umbralite.
Quote unquote.
The heroes of the Battle of Umbralite and all that. So I think us being on good terms with somebody of Vulcan's connections has made them happy.
Ah, she says, looking to Vulcan. Not shy to reveal your past, are you?
Should I be?
Well, I certainly can't tell you how to live your own life, only warn you that in a place like these tunnels, there are those who would find you very valuable to begin with. Finding out that you are connected to such prominent historical figures might make you a target.
I will take note of that. Thank you.
Of course. I trust my A-team, implicitly, to make the best decisions for the Syndicate. I will trust you to make the best decisions for yourself, but we are doing quite a lot of work to keep you safe. So, I'm certain the rest of your team would appreciate you not making their job harder for them.
I will endeavor not to.
She smiles very pleasantly, almost saccharine. She says, I know you will. All right. With that, your job is complete. Well done. I haven't anything lined up for the next few days. Luckily, after the next few days, I have a very important job for you. One which I will be accompanying you on personally. So, prepare yourselves for that. You are dismissed to spend your time as you please.
I will
question.
I must leave.
question for the voice in the sky. I'm looking to get pointed towards getting a special item made.
Okay.
Would I be asking her or someone else around the
Well, I
underground?
suppose I should take a moment. There we go. Up and over the wall. That's grand. Exactly what I wanted. As far as anyone knows. Except for that. That I did not want. Where did you go? Get back here,
Up the
Reggie.
floor.
Can't stop, won't stop.
No. Will stop. You are ordered to do so. Do that. Alright. So the group moves out of there. To answer your question, there are quartermasters, those who manage what the Syndicate has and what the Syndicate can acquire, manages orders for new things, swords, shields, armor, magic, components, all that stuff. There are people to go to for that, and you've all been part of the Syndicate long enough to know who they are, so I should make them. A moment. Feel free to interact with each other.
No,
Well,
no, Morgan's out of there.
Yes, you all are dismissed, so you all are out of there, so...
Morgan, I believe you owe me a drink. I don't suppose that place of yours will be open.
Chasing her down the hall.
I have business to do on the surface, but Mr. Susan's there. You can check out the bar if you want.
Always you can give it to me in person.
I'm sorry, then I missed what you said. What did you? What did you
She
say?
said she would wait till you could give it to her in person. Have fun on your trip.
Yeah, but like, before that? Like, what to give you?
She said that you owed her a drink.
A drink. Right. Oh yeah. Sorry, but your microphone is a little out of the ordinary. It's more fuzzy than it used to.
I will go through the process to try and fix that, but it'll be a few minutes.
It's just slightly tin canny.
Yeah.
Al would be heading to the infirmary. Just to get, like, checked over. Making sure nothing's severely
Start
injured.
working on jewelry.
You are, of course, able to go to get seen to by the doctors. It'll cost you 5 gold pieces.
That is a-okay. I'm
Check for rabies.
How do I sound now?
Sounds less fuzzy to me, but you only said a little bit.
Well, hopefully that worked.
Hopefully.
Yeah. It sounded a little better. It was easier to hear you now, which is what's important.
Call this military equipment. Alright, so I'm going to say that for Twilight's sake, well, the whole group's sake, but for Twilight's exact question, that there are two main, like, there's a whole subset of people who are in charge of equipment, let's call it. But the quartermasters, there are two main quartermasters. One specializes in military equipment, meaning armor, weapons, shields, boots, hats, anything that you might need that is, it may be enchanted, but they specialize in like standard combat equipment. And the other specializes in acquiring ingredient spell components and magic items. The first is a male half-elf named Ifar, and the second is a female human named Helen.
Alright, then I imagine I would go in to see Helen. As I am wanting to inquire about, more or less getting a quote on what it might take to get a magic item made, if possible.
Alright, just trying to pick a token here. Sure, that'll work. Alright. I reversed them. Double sorry. Sure. Everything is difficult.
For a second, I thought you said Ari, and I almost answered.
That's me every time someone says at least. Sometimes people say that too quick, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, when people are speaking too quick, and they're just like, sorry, and I catch like the last bit of it, I'm like, pointing to myself, like, yeah?
Yeah, whenever.
I also have a very common name in Norway, so there's constantly customers that's named that. So I respond to that a lot.
There we go. Guess at some point I should make an armory and also. Oops.
Yeah, I need to finish the tavern outlook as well. It's just that I don't have much time in July. I'm constantly busy.
Me realizing I didn't actually put up the second layer of wall correctly, so it's coming up through the floor.
Oops.
Yeah, whoops indeed.
Yeah, the floor is a little light, so you have to always click the second layer of wall into the lower section.
Oh yeah, no, but that's fine. That's what I wanted. So it just means that I have to remember when I'm doing a second layer of wall, it needs to be down one level. One tick. Can't just sit on top. Makes building slightly harder, but not harder enough that I tend to care. This was just, I didn't check it afterward and notice that I'd messed up. I'm sitting there going, why is the hallway cut across? Was I trying to set up something? Oh wait, no. No, that's the tiger-sized room. Okay, that's good enough for now. Good enough for now. Anyway, so, there we go. We'll just put it here for the moment. Twilight. You go to Helen Primrose, and you're asking what it would take to make a magic item.
I'm more or less wanting to get a quote on something specific, yes. And since I know I haven't talked about it beforehand, I don't expect an answer right away. I'm expecting this to take a few days as they have
Oh,
such
yeah.
things out.
I mean, she's going to start off by saying, well, I don't usually make the magic items, I acquire them. So just tell me what you needed to do, and I will do my best to find it out there in the wide world and get it to you.
Alright, so then another question for the Poison Sky then. So, I haven't, I know things being made is not particularly common. I imagined if any city in the world would be, it would be here due to the presence of Sam and Melia.
Yes, that's accurate. Was there something confusing about what I said just now?
Well, because she's looking to get properties imbued into a specific item. She's not trying to, finding a separate item would not be exactly what she's looking for.
Then tell her that. Okay, I understand now.
If you can find someone with the appropriate skills, I was looking to commission getting a cloak like this one, just like kind of holding out her, this cloak, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
With something fairly subtle. Just trying to make whoever's under it just always a little darker. A little bit hard to see, so keeping light off them, as it were. Mechanically speaking, just wanting to keep them, whoever's wearing it, the hood is up, in dim light. Not darkness, just dim.
The mechanic is that they are treated as though they are in dim light for the purposes of perception tests from other characters.
That and potentially Shadow Step, and the perception wouldn't matter as much, because anyone with dark vision would still treat them as in bright light, because, it's basically in their dark vision range.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, that more or less.
She's going to take the cloak from her hands and examine it. And she says, "Oh, one of these. This is very well made, very nice."
Thank you. It was difficult to acquire.
Yes, I imagine that's true. The craftsmen who invented it, unfortunately, passed on without passing on their secrets.
Shame that.
Indeed. I would point out, though, that if my understanding is the function of my understanding of the function of the item is correct, that if I were to get this enchanted for you, it wouldn't function correctly anymore.
Oh? Could you elaborate?
Yeah, once it's been made magical, it doesn't break. And part of the purpose of a cloak like this is that it breaks, so that you can't be held by it.
That's a fair point. Is there a chance it could be just the hood that this could be focused on? Leaving the tassels themselves alone?
I can certainly ask. We may need to separate the hood to enchant it and then find some way of reattaching it, but I can ask around. I certainly can't do this work myself, but I have a few contacts in the city who should be able to help.
If it needs to be something separate, that is fine. It just needs to be something I can wear in conjunction with this.
I will touch on my contacts and see what I can do for you, Twilight.
If you can find something, let me know. If things take a while, also let me know. Don't want you to have to go looking around for nothing.
do you want to hang on to the cloak until I find somebody who believes they can do it without having touched the item?
You
And then I
can
can
hold on to
retrieve
it
it
for a
from you.
few days, but I have a job in a few days that I would need it back for.
I see. Well, I can utilize it to ask the question, but I imagine that I don't want to make any promises. It could take more than a few days, so I'll have it back to you
Yes.
regardless.
I'm not expecting results, just hoping.
Very well. She takes out a pad and writes down all the specifics of what you've asked for in the magic and the hopes of how it can be applied. She's quite detailed, thorough. And then she will, there are plenty of armor mannequins around her. She will throw the cloak over one of them, making sure it's straight and clean lined. It's not something that can really be folded. I'll have it back to you for your mission if you want to leave it with me.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Of course.
Take her leave.
Alright.
Does Twilight have a general idea of if there's an expectation of payment simply for the search, which seems reasonable?
I know that Elisa's got something lined up, so we can run that scene. I guess for Elisa, I would ask, do you want to do that in public or in the GM's closet?
The thing is on the surface, not in public though. I'm not sure if you do need to play that.
Okay.
Since I already wrote like what's necessary.
It's true. I didn't know if you wanted to play it out though.
No, I don't feel like I need to.
Okay. Then you go to
but,
the service
like,
and do stuff.
Yeah. But like the stuff she does after it back in the tunnels, that I do want to play out.
Okay.
But yeah, like from the after effects so much.
Mm-hmm.
If you understand what I mean. If not, I'll DM you. I'll DM you. I DM'd you.
Yes, I know. I was coming back there. Very well. I'm just checking on the other stuff to make sure there isn't anything I need to do with that. Damn it. Okay. I think this is fine. Very well. So yes, you go to the surface and you do your errands. I assume you're checking for tails and those sorts of things to make sure none of even your friends are following you.
Yeah.
Okay. Then...
Oh, one more thing. Yeah, I'm writing to it.
Okay. That sounds fine.
There.
Makes sense to me. Okay, so I will start with Spider and say, you've been dismissed from the Tiger's Eye. You've got the rest of the day, and technically you've got the next couple of days to yourself. Twilight Twilight is using that time to try and have the quartermaster find a way to have her cloak enchanted, and Morrigan has gone to the surface for errands for which she does not want company. Is there anything in particular that Spider does when he's given time to himself like this?
I'm thinking he is going to try and craft some poisons.
Alright. So you can be working on that for the next couple days.
So are we going to get a new crew of people to milk purple worms in this one?
Does not seem
I have
like
to find
it's exactly
Laramendus to get him to.
turn into a purple worm for Vulcan.
We need to milk you.
Vulcan shows up at Laramendus' door. It's like, my father told me to milk you. I assume you have a space for this? And he's like, what the fuck?
No, it's just like, dear, I thought you put all that behind you years ago.
Vendar's wrist starts beeping.
Pretty sure I'm the only one who gets to milk you these days.
Ooh, ever.
Gosh. I do kind of imagine that she has a bent for just saying really, like, embarrassing racy things in front of anybody that Laramendus is dealing with just to make him turn red.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, she seems like that kind of person.
I mean, she did do that around Leah, which she found very funny.
She's an elf. She's not going to have outgrown it. She's an Eldrin.
And I mean, 10 years is not a lot of time.
No.
It still works every single time.
Barely a breath since the last campaign ended for them. Alright. So you're going to do that in your quarters, then?
Yeah.
Alright. We'll have some rolls about that after I determine what other people are doing. Vulcan, obviously, recharging and the like. What else?
Gonna be making jewelry.
Making jewelry. Alright, we'll have some rolls about that, along with the poisons later. Reggie.
Reggie's gonna go back home and spend the rest of the day with his wife.
That sounds reasonable to me. Back to the surface. Morrigan.
He has invited everyone
Already know
to
Morrigan.
dinner later on if any
That's
of them
right.
want to show up.
That's right. So all of you do for today have a standing invite to dinner with Reggie and his family. Desmin.
Imagine Spider would show up.
Spider would be very welcome.
Awkward, but he'd be there.
Spider will offer to be there. Sounds good.
Yeah, Morgan agreed.
Morgan
will
agreed as
be-
well. Grand.
Vulcan doesn't eat, so he doesn't have much reason to go.
Very well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, socializing doesn't count then.
No.
I mean, if he could probably be convinced, but he's not going to think about it if I wouldn't try to.
We just met. We're not friends.
I think Al would potentially join after getting checked out.
Alright.
Alex! You're being summoned.
I'm being
I think with
summoned.
Vulcan being like, I don't eat, so I don't need to go, Reggie would be like, I mean, it's just a time also for us to, spend non-work time together and stretch your legs, see a bit more of the city. I live, on the surface, so not too far from here, but not super close. So it's a nice way to go around if you want.
Yeah, good thing
But
I
Also
made
perfectly welcome to keep doing your stuff here.
anything on the surface.
So the tiger's eye just told me that I maybe should not be so.
Desmond just ran off without answering my
about
questions.
origins.
Oh, you might be muted. I suppose that's fair. Maybe another time we can have Joy come down here and we can all, have a big get together with everyone so nobody needs to travel too far.
You threw me back.
I did, because I separated all the people I've already talked to over there. I haven't talked to you yet.
You don't need to talk to me.
What's Desmond doing after he gets dismissed by the Tiger's Eye, either for the rest of the day, the next few days, or both?
Well, typically his favorite pastime,
Staring
which is
into the creek. Bureaucracy. Yes.
But I believe if Reggie invited people for dinner or whatnot, I don't know if he did it. I thought he did, but maybe he didn't.
He did. I mean, Desmond would know that. Everyone in the group has a standing invite to show up to dinner, literally whenever. But on days that there's been a mission and it's early enough that people might want to come. Reggie does repeat the invite pretty much every mission day. But so even if Desmond didn't hear the invite, Desmond knows that he's very welcome to show up at their house.
Then now that's Desmond's second favorite pastime is having dinner at Reggie's house.
Aw, it's so wholesome.
Yeah, I would say that Morgan doesn't have the habit of showing up, and the time she has shown up fashionably late.
Morgan knows what fashion is?
but this time she is willing.
All right.
Usually she have excuses like she got to attend the bar. She's got a clean axe.
We'll say I am capable of disguising myself. If you think it would be a valuable use of my time, I will come.
I think Reggie pauses while thinking about a valuable use of time. I mean, I always think it's nice to talk to people, get to know people. He's kind of at a loss for words of there are some people who don't think it's particularly valuable.
What could be more valuable than team bonding?
Fair.
The
immediate response.
Or wine if it's been aged properly.
Fuck your team, I'm getting drunk.
Okay. I will come for a bit. See how it is. But I do have jewelry to make.
I have a map that I can use for this.
You don't know where I live. He'll write down some directions and things because he is going to head home before anyone else would reasonably show up for dinner.
I just have to make a new one. We should have talked about this. So busy these days.
We should have talked about which.
Having a house for you.
Oh yeah.
So that we would
I
actually
didn't
have
even
a
think
set
about
piece.
having a set piece for. I wasn't sure if we'd actually end up everyone showing up.
We should always plan for the eventuality, just in case. Maybe I can steal it. Give me a
Just use the
second.
Magnificent Mansion.
Always plan to wing it.
There's one place I could steal. Just give me a moment. Hang here. It's gonna say the GM left.
The voice in the sky has abandoned us. All is quiet. Oh,
no,
no!
the PM left us.
Panic!
We're waiting on him.
Good gosh.
It's gonna be hell on earth.
No more voice in the sky. Everybody repent.
Repent!
The anti-voice is returning.
Chaos, 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 chaos.
My fucking players.
You called.
Oh, already.
Guy get it. Anyway,
Hey.
where did I stick this damned thing? No,
I don't know.
no. I don't want to take the Magnificent Mansion. It's too big.
Know where you
Why
put
not?
it.
It's too big.
It is way too big.
Oh,
Reggie's
how is
place
it?
is
Turns
not-
out Reggie lives in a mansion.
Do you live in like a quiet suburban environment, or do you like live in like the city?
Right in the middle of the city somewhere, right? Because
Yeah, it's
that
right in the
house
middle
has
of the
been there a
city.
while before the city expanded.
It's
Right,
entirely
yeah, so-
possible that it had
Old
been
medieval-
like destroyed
Yeah.
in some of the stuff that happened, but like it is it's in like basically what is now the city center.
Okay, so
somewhere.
it's like an one of those old medieval houses that bounce like it like tips outwards on the second floor because they had to like have they had to get more real estate by moving over the sidewalk.
And it just keeps going
Probably,
every
yeah.
level.
I also imagine that Reggie's on a fairly high up floor, just because that's cheaper.
You're in one of the new
And
high
his family did not
rises.
come from money.
Well, I mean, I was gonna try and grab the little cottage that we used for Cyrus's mother, but I don't know where the hell it
Oh
went.
yeah.
Might be here? That definitely ain't it. What is this? No clue. This is clearly a build map.
Even Raiken's been to that cottage.
You get teleported there. Oh, I see. I remember this. This is when somebody built a dice tower in Tailspire. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time. There's no way. What the hell would this have even been? Oh my god. Really? Yeah, I guess I kind of remember doing this. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna steal Bar Hunter Lodge. I'm sorry.
Tristan,
What?
would you be up for playing Susan a little as well? Because I do think
Oh yeah,
that
I'm
Morgan
always
would
up for
stop
that. I just
by.
I'm just doing things in like the order that kind of makes sense. So I'm trying to make sure everybody
because
tells me what they
Morgan
want.
would stop by the tavern to also like go by her room and like swap out things and stuff. So she would have a chat with Susan as well,
Yeah.
checking up how the tavern has been going while she's been away and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just remember that she's a sweetheart. So
I know.
play her like a sweetheart.
Alright, that should be good enough. So now I should be able to... Main menu again. Alright, I really thought that would be easier to find, but I didn't see it in there. And it sounds like you wanted something slightly different anyway, so I'm gonna put upon you to actually make that at some point.
Yeah.
Fun. Now we both have homework that we're not gonna do for a while.
I hope it gets done before.
That we're not gonna do for a while.
No, do it sooner than later.
Yeah.
Board.
I suppose I should make a token for Joy then,
That would help.
just so we have someone to leave there.
That would be great. You have
Like,
someone to leave there.
I should probably make one for Susan as well then, I guess. Could do that. I also really want to draw them together. And not gonna lie, I am already starting to ship my characters.
I do not want to be in build anymore. That's why it wasn't working. There we go. Sure. Why?
Is it weird that like I don't think about personal relations outside of like pre-established anything, and what relationships happen kind of just happen?
Nah, I think that's very natural. I think that the weird ones are the ones like Sam and me that is like, oh yeah, this character is together with this character, and like I have a crush and like children at home and shit like that. Like a job on the side, you know.
Somebody's got to
very
deliver the
excited.
milk, you know?
Yeah, getting very excited for like the lore and the world building, and I am like, if I come up with just a basic appearance and a name for a character, in about less than an hour, maybe 10 minutes, I have a full backstory and personal life situations. I am hopeless. I can't help myself.
It depends for me. It very much so depends.
Yeah. It was a good quality when I was a DM, but yeah, right now I don't.
You can ask Tristan how many times I bounced back and forth between characters, and I'm pretty sure by the end of it, he kind of hated me.
I mean, for this
Nah.
campaign, I was excited about the other
Yes.
character, but it's fine. Play what you like.
Hey, all I'm saying is, if for whatever reason, and I'm not saying she will, but if for whatever reason Al ends up dead somehow, some way, some shape and form, which is, in my thoughts, extremely unlikely,
Challenge accepted.
no! No! Don't you
Good
dare
luck,
take that as a challenge!
Don't
Fuck
think
off.
the DM.
Stone falls from above you when you're in the tunnel.
I have Revivify again.
Anyway,
Remember to never feed the DM.
Do you have the diamonds, though, Desmond?
Does he?
I mean, that's a
Desmond's
different
diamonds.
story.
That's a different story.
but if we somehow get to that point, then I believe Ari has a backup character.
Backup
I'm
character.
guessing we didn't get any diamonds in those cut gemstones.
Maybe if Morgan leaves, they're gonna take over as Susan, that she comes back for revenge. Like, no more Mr. Nice Girl. Nah, I specifically intended for her to not be a fighting type, so not gonna happen.
C team is just all of our backup characters.
Maybe Desmond, one of the days off, he needs to go shopping and try to find like diamonds.
I feel like going to the Temple of Arathis is probably... They probably have diamonds that you could,
Commandeer.
exchange for.
Exchange.
He would not
Whatever.
commandeer from the Temple of Arathis.
Yeah, don't do that. That sounds like a very bad idea.
Alright,
Just
so
Sounds
in
like
the
Twitter
sky with
talk.
diamonds.
Elisa, I think you should make her a token and I can get it once you do, but for now I pulled out a light-skinned tiefling.
Looks like a sweetheart.
Yeah, she's like... she's a tiefling, but she could pass as a human.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Put a
just
hat
that
on
she,
her to
she
hide the
doesn't...
horns
she-
and...
Yeah, and like have a dress and hide a tail, you know.
Mhm.
But she doesn't try to. she doesn't try to hide who she is, but she could if she wanted to. Morgan could not. She looks like a devil.
Hmm. Alright, so everybody splits off to their individual tasks, errands, things that they want to do for the rest of the afternoon, with the plan that you are all going to meet up at the Cubby residence for dinner. So, somewhere along this path between leaving the Tiger's Eye and doing your errands and meeting at the Cubbies, Morrigan, you find yourself back in the HQ after completing your errands, but before heading over to the Cubbies, and you are in front of the door to the bar.
So he goes in.
Alrighty. Inside, there are a decent number of members of the Syndicate already enjoying food, drink, and conversation. Place isn't, like, crowded, but, you know, it's certainly a good day.
Yeah, Morgan is like carrying a sack and a bouquet. A flower bouquet.
Carrying a sack and a bouquet. Alright.
Yeah.
So, you head in. There's a few people who lift drinks or nod at you, as you often work the bar. You're one of their bartenders. Other people are recognizing you, you know, from your work on the A team, and this is a nod of respect for what you do for the Tiger's Eye. But nobody bothers you as you head through and over to the bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you put the bar on the right place. I plan to like her room to be behind that, so there will be a wall with like a door and such.
All right, we can.
But like that is, that works for now, considering that I haven't had time to do it. I'm sorry, it's just July for me is so packed.
Yeah. Well, I've got the 2 jobs, so everything's packed for me.
Yeah. So you get how it is. I only have 1 job, but I also have other side projects that is like I'm trying to juggle.
So, Susan is tending bar. You see her there as she's mixing a drink, and goes to set it in front of a tabaxi who, you know, wraps their fingers around it and smiles their feline smile into the cup, before she looks up at you and says, "Hey there, where have you been all day?"
In a place I'd rather not go back to.
Well, they're not going to send you back, are they?
Hopefully not. There's a horrible creatures down there sucking your brain out or something. I'd rather not go back.
I don't think I need to know quite well. What are you drinking?
Oh no! Right now I'm need to drop some shit out in my room, and here I got you this. I hand out the bouquet.
Oh.
I will take it home. It wouldn't survive in this light.
No, all of these need sun. These are beautiful, Morgan. What's the occasion?
Just follow it. Just don't think about it.
All right. Well, I'll spend the rest of the evening not thinking about it. Where are you going to be?
Reggie asked us to go for dinner, so
Oh.
I lift up the sack, got him something.
Well, hopefully it helps them cook dinner. I hear that his wife is a lovely cook.
Sure, you could come with if you want to.
Is that an invitation? Who's going to run the bar? If we're both gone.
I get shut down for 1 day.
There is an immediate cry of panic from the room as you say this. I don't
One of the drunks is like, I could run it.
It's like the
I
rest
just
of them
need that
on it.
one right behind you.
No, it's
They
my
look
turn.
over their cup as they're reaching
Yeah.
for like, whatever is there.
I just imagine the Simpsons gif of like Moe tossing Barney out and then he just shows up back behind his back.
I can never
Shows
get
up
rid
behind him, is holding a beer, and is like, "What did he do?"
of it. What did he do?
No, she will walk around the bar because that I said her room is going to be behind there. So imagine there's a wall with a door there.
Imagining hard. Super hard. There's what I'm looking for. imagination isn't necessary here. Why would we want that in a role-playing game?
Yeah, exactly. That's a thing you can do! I've been wasting time clicking one by one.
Yeah. You can click and drag. Anyway, there's your wall and door at least. Leave the rest to you.
Elias learned something new today.
So, you head past. The rest of the bar seems to be cooling down, as it seems like Susan isn't going to let the bar close, even though she is smiling appreciative over the flowers and the invitation to dinner. As you
Before
as
we
you
go
walk
in,
by.
it's your decision.
I do think that our adoring fans here would be quite disappointed were we to shutter them. Though, if you're going to their house, I think you should bathe first. You've got a little rat on you.
I smell under my elbow very uncharmingly. Quite.
No, I mean, like, it's a little rat, a small rat, and it's on you.
Where? Like,
She's gonna kind of, like, surreptitiously, like, reach out as you're halfway through your door and, like, pull it from a fold of fabric poking out of your armor. It sort of, like, got caught there. It looks dead. It is a small rat.
She'll take it out. If it's dead, she's just gonna like... toss it in the bin.
It suddenly squeaks and starts wriggling in your hand.
Asha just takes it with her into the room.
You just hear the call. You will wash your hands before you go to dinner, right?
Yes, yes.
Anything else for that scene?
You know what? I think I might keep you. It just says to the right.
The thing, like, looks at you with its beady black eyes and squeaks as it dangles from your fingers by its tail.
I should have like a cage of sort in there probably. Once I design the room, is going to see that it's a fucking mess. It's going to be like a lot of stuff everywhere.
She's just a hoarder.
It's squeak squeak.
Yeah, so find that little cage and put it in there.
Okay. Yeah, you probably got something that works.
Yeah, and like put some barley inside so it has something to nibble on.
It runs around the inside a few times before finding the food and sits down, starts nibbling on it.
Did I ever get the name of the spellcaster in the Tunnel Rats?
I'm thinking, but I'm not drawing in the what?
Yeah, the Tunnel Rats. The one that I knocked out.
Right. I need to give them one. The dwarf that kicked Desmin is on my list.
Yep. Jeremy is Desmond's least favorite person right now.
I think that had been a halfling that was the caster that you took out.
Yeah, it was a halfling.
Okay. It was a he.
You have encountered these people multiple times, I assume, so it's not unlikely we would know their names.
Yeah, I mean, if it's, he doesn't always travel with the same guys, but often enough there are repeats, so it's likely. Spellcasters are not as rare as they once were, but,
Wendon.
Hello.
I thought that was the suggestion for the name. Hi, Wendon.
But I do like to think that Vendar passed down his naming conventions to Vulcan. So Vulcan would be like, squeak, squeak.
Call it squeak squeak.
Obviously.
I mean, it didn't name Vulcan stuff like that though. What would that even be?
Well, Vulcan's not an animal, though.
Vulcan is also not the original name. His original name was Gun Gun.
Yeah.
Gun.
Because there's a gun in each arm. That's 2 guns. Gun and gun.
Yes. Yeah, the halfling spellcaster's name was Gonrin.
Okay. Well, then we should name the rat that.
Gonrin. My Gonrin's better behaved than you are. What? You mean your
Named a
Gonrin?
rat after me?
We named a dog Indiana.
Named
Like,
after
then-
the dog?
We named the monkey Jack.
We named the monkey Jack.
Yeah.
Alright, so you have this rat. You have promised to bathe. You gave her flowers. She has been grateful for the invitation to go to dinner at the Cubbies with you, but she has a job to do and she seems intent upon doing it.
She will bathe and swap clothes. She won't go there in her armor. She will, but she doesn't have anything nice, so she would just go in casual clothing.
Alright.
I don't think she probably hasn't worn a dress since she was 10.
Hmm.
So
So as
she
you
wouldn't have anything like that.
So as you come back out in your casual clothes, having changed
Still with
and wiped
the
yourself
sack.
off. Yeah, with the sack. She's going to say, "Darling, you have to let me go shopping with you at some point."
What's wrong with this? She looks down at him as I say.
She's sort of she sighs. She goes, "Nothing is wrong with that per se. It's just we can make you look so much nicer for a dinner.
Eh.
Go have a good time. Tell them
Thanks.
I said hi, especially Joy. It's been too long since I've seen her."
Okay, that's you kind of made that lore there that that Susan and Joy kind of hang out sometimes. I like that idea. They're both surface dwellers. So.
Yeah.
They've absolutely gone shopping for, foodstuffs together.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I'll give her a hi.
Okay. So, if there is nothing
If
else.
sure you don't want to come. I can kick all these idiots out immediately.
Hey! I'll drink to that.
You heard her, she's kicking you all out. It's me behind the bar now.
What did that
Falls
guy
on the
do?
ground.
You're kicking them out, just not me, right? I get to stay.
Oh god, I do have a resident Barney.
She says, "No, it's alright. You'll go have a good time. I'll get the next one, on a day when there are fewer, as you said, idiots to serve." Again, the resounding hey from the crowd at being called idiots.
She gives a sheepish smile. Okay then. You know the drill.
She just rattles off a recipe for a cocktail you guys call the drill.
Yeah.
She's
Okay,
like,
I
of
think
course
that-
I know that one. It was the first one we learned.
I'm starting to rub off on you, aren't I?
Well, maybe later.
That's just gonna like blush and okay. See ya. Go out.
She laughs raucously as you
How do-
escape the bar.
Can you tell if a red-skinned tiefling blush? Because it couldn't.
I'm certain that the hue of your skin changes notably.
Like just slightly redder.
She looks extremely proud of herself.
Turns out tieflings blush blue.
Ha. Ha ha. Ha. Alright.
Yeah, that would be weird.
So this is the current temporary stand-in home. Let's bring the players here. And then I have to go away library. The assignment that everybody has to remind Sam of is that he has to make the cubby home that he invites people to for dinner for next session. A week.
Right now, it looks oddly familiar.
Yep, it should.
I've been here before.
We've been here before. Almost grabbed the tiger's eye. It's like she's not coming to dinner. She's got other things to do.
I wouldn't put it behind
She does
Reggie
know
to have
that she
invited
has a
her.
standing invitation.
Everybody
there you go.
seems to have a standing invitation. Sometimes they take you up on it. Sometimes they have responsibilities.
Yeah, Morgan also never asked if she could ever bring a +1. She just like, oh, so I guess she just don't care.
I think that you know Reggie well enough at this point that you would be shocked if he was not happy for you to bring a guest.
Yeah.
Unless the guest was a cop. He trusts your
Yeah,
judgment.
so she brings in that god that that's really interesting.
Nigel shows up and Reggie's like,
Oh, and I was thinking of like the captain god that we
oh,
should keep that.
Captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Drop new axe, knowing that
Also-
it was made of her weapon.
It is now a personal request that at some point during this campaign, the circus comes to town, and you know exactly which circus.
They have such a difficult time making their way to a different plane of existence. You know, like the Feywild is
Yeah, but their
comfortable.
son is
Favorite
here.
son, though.
Yeah, he's been here for years.
You're just gonna have a random support pillar sprouting through this table. Because fuck it.
No, that's alright. Yeah.
That's why the table couldn't be thrown.
I can't flip this one. Alright. There we go. Oh, right. We need ambiance. Atmosphere settings. Slightly later in the day. We need none of that shit. We need ambient music. We need city sounds. City. No, not modern. No.
You get to the Cubby residence and techno music is playing.
I like this music.
Fucking Sandstorm is playing.
It kind of reminds me of the scene in Monsters University. You know, the mother is like, I'm just gonna sit there and listen to my tunes, and she plays like death metal inside. Like,
Blood Harvest.
Alright, I guess that'll do for now. Up on the surface. Alright. So, you all individually make your way out of headquarters. There's a few ways out, but the two main ways are one by the docks. The docks are where the boats come to deliver and pick up goods. to the Syndicate. They are a set of wooden docks that are along the channel. The city is broken up by these man-made rivers. Basically, they use a water lock system to make the water level in the channels lower than the level of the harbor. And then they dug out these deep, deep trenches so that they didn't have to necessarily move the buildings that were there. They could just add below the surface down to whatever the water level was, which is where the tunnels that you all reside in when working for the Syndicate exist. So you walk out there and suddenly you're, in sunlight. Maybe there are bridges connecting one side of the channel to the other. These break up the city. People either walk the city, ride through the city, horses, carriages, the like, or they ride on gondolas that work, up and down these channels. The city is also broken up into 2 rings at this point. There's the old city, which is a central ring around Lightstone Keep. And then there's the outer city ring, which is the new development, which has its own even higher wall than the old one, and is tightly packed with new high-rise style buildings, new construction methods, and magic integration to make to make it so that more people can cohabitate in one area, and there are many modern conveniences up here. So as you begin to walk the streets away from the Syndicate headquarters and toward the Cubby home in one of these high-rises, I believe you had described, Sam.
They're in the old city, so I don't know if some of the buildings have been replaced or not.
Some would, but they're part of the reason for the channels being dug down so that they could do things underground was to allow those who were, original Volanites to not have to uproot.
I think Reggie would have wanted to not. He would have wanted to not leave where he had been, so I think he's in an old building, probably at the top floor of what would have been the normal highest height of buildings, which now is much lower. He's on a 5th floor.
I see.
But so that had been very high, especially in a building that is old enough. There isn't any kind of magical lift or anything like that. It's a hike.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I would definitely say there wouldn't have been buildings higher than 5 stories. My original conception of Volinar at the time of the last campaign, things didn't really get higher than 3, so this is a very tall building for that time. Volinar had been a fortress town, basically. The city itself was physically small, and the sprawling farmlands around it was where a lot of the population actually resided. It was just businesses, temples, and the military inside the walls of the old city, and then of course there was Lightstone Keep. Honestly, for as air quotes big and important as Volinar was, as Bromdor is, their capital city was small compared to even someplace like Everwatch, which was entirely contained on an island in the middle of a river.
As a fortress town, I assume that the buildings wouldn't be taller than the walls.
In general, they're not.
Okay, yeah. So that he's in a very old building on whatever the top floor of that was. So
I'm just trying. I'm trying to allow you to what you've said to be correct. I am working around that.
Well, no, I'm trying to also line it up with what makes sense for the old city, because the Cubby family has been living in the city for quite a while.
I mean, so I look at Boarhunter Lodge here, and I would say this is probably the extent. This is what would have been a great old building from the old city.
It's not a great building. Basically, what had been the slums, I think, is essentially where the Cubbies had been.
Okay.
dense housing high up, not great buildings, and Reggie has stayed there even though he very reasonably could have moved.
A shitty, slummy building.
It's
All
home,
right.
you know?
It's home, and home is where you get your food and your bed. All right, then I will...
Morgan sleeps on a hammock filled with trash on the backside of a bar. I mean, this is very fancy by her standards.
Oh, we're in the rich neighborhood now, are we?
Look, there's a window and everything.
Yeah, it's only got 3 cracks in it.
Why is it so bright? Like, what is that?
The sun. So, you move through the city. The city is densely populated, so the streets, especially in the old city, which is where a lot of the old businesses still are. Like, obviously, a lot of business happens out toward the edges, so less travel to deeper into the city is necessary, but this is like where the, headquarters of what are becoming corporations are. So there's a lot of people here, moving about, residents and business persons and priests and the like, moving through the city that you dodge around. The streets have been, repaved. There are sidewalks now, so that there's a designated place for people to walk, so they don't get trampled by horses. They don't get old ladies trampled by horses. When they yell at the horses because they can't flip a table. Raiken.
Listen, there's a lot of events leading up to that.
Most important of which was not flipping the table.
It's like drugs were involved and not the performance-enhancing kind.
The most
Definitely
important
the
part
fun
of
kind,
it
not the fancy kind.
was that he was drugged against his will.
That is true. She was very not good to you guys.
Potato.
I assume that Joy is also a halfling, so for now I will have a temporary halfling token, or are you making her right
she's
now?
a halfling.
Okay.
I am not making her right now. I'll want to spend enough time sitting down putting her together.
Good to me. Luckily, my selection of halflings is extremely broad and deep, and I can absolutely find something so perfect that you won't even want to make a new token. Here is your beautiful wife, Joy. She cooks using a
So many
crossbow.
choices.
So many choices. There were 8 choices, and I couldn't tell if any of them was really a woman. That came out wrong. But, I mean, these pictures are not indicative for me. Maybe this one. No, that one's got kind of a beard. Does Joy have a beard? She could.
No.
Oh, that was Seltharis. I think
Listen, just go with the jester.
Just go with the jester. Because of J. J for jester. J for Joy.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll be more distracting somehow than the crossbow. We're going with the crossbow. I'm going to rename it Temporary Joy.
You have joy, but it's only temporary.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Temporary Joy. Oh, also she apparently has a
It's
side
like a
shave.
pill.
And purple hair. And is, half the size of any of your tokens. Including her husband. Closer. Alright.
She is taller than Reggie.
She is taller or smaller?
Taller.
Taller.
Reggie's very small for a halfling. She is taller. Not much taller, but
Well, good thing this is only temporary joy.
There she is. I found her. Of course, now I still have to find Reggie, who also decided to ascend to the upper stories.
Reggie was just raptured.
Was. I don't know where he went. right nearby. How did I lose him?
Is he somehow underneath?
You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna pull out a new Reggie. It's fine. This new Reggie overwrites the old Reggie. Reggie's back. Just like that. So you await your crew who arrive in drips and drabs. And by that I mean all at once. Ah, yes, this gate works perfectly.
Nailed it. Flawless.
Flawless execution.
You're good. You're good.
Just scraping people off of the party. Okay. You arrive at Shake Hubby. Knock, knock.
There's just a shout from inside. Door's open. As there's like the sounds of like cooking and things going on.
Cooking and things.
Okay then, just walk right in.
Smells.
Alright. I need to not move Reggie around like that, because he has decided
Reggie wants to be free.
that the first floor is not as interesting as literally anywhere else in the building.
Look, the first floor is lava.
Jesus Christ. Alright. So, all of you show up. It smells heavenly.
Smells so good.
I do like that I keep making the mistake. I used to always name the episodes after we did them, so that I could give them some kind of quippy name based on what happened in the episode. These days, I have a lot of this stuff kind of, the word scripted isn't accurate, but a little bit better planned out, since it's supposed to be a shorter campaign. So I keep putting names on the episodes, because I think this is what we're going to get to, and we keep not. And so my names keep being very strange as compared to the content of the episode.
Yeah, I just looked at the naming, the consequences of it, like eating dinner.
Eating dinner is a consequence of being friends with Reggie, okay? Gonna make it
doesn't
make
specify
sense.
it's bad consequences. Unless you just really don't like good food and socializing.
I do want to take a moment to point out that with the 7 of you, I have 45 named characters for this campaign already.
Dang.
We can do better, don't worry.
I know. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We got up to
Once I
300 with the last campaign, so...
Once I eventually get back to writing, I can add at least 12 to that.
Okay, so it's a challenge.
It always is.
The last campaign lasted 11 years. Can we beat that many characters in a short
Can we
campaign?
hit 300 characters in 6 months?
Yeah, this is supposed to be a shorter campaign. Let's go for more characters.
Alright, so, you all find your way into into Reggie's home as he calls you from the street, basically, telling you that the door is open. You follow...
You hear from the window, like there's it's just like, okay, yeah.
You follow this general direction and the smell of cooking food to find the literally open door up on the 3rd floor of this building.
That's also surprising to Morgan, keeping a door open. What? As she lives in the backside of a tavern, so naturally keeping the door open would be very devastating. It's also like in the underworld.
People might see her stash and steal it.
Barney keeps trying to sneak in there. It's not subtle either. He thinks that that's where the good booze is, and he's not wrong, but like, you wouldn't be able to find it if he got in
I
there.
have to add Barney.
Yeah, no, we're glad that.
Fucking Barney.
How did Vulcan disguise himself?
He has the spell Disguise Self, so he used that.
No, I mean, like, does Reggie recognize Vulcan?
Probably not. He looks like regular Tabaxi. He's gonna look a lot like Lynn.
Okay. I'm gonna roll an int check. Because you did say something about disguising yourself. I rolled really poorly.
Nice.
That was a 6 on die.
You don't recognize the tabaxi that just walked into your house.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother rolling. Morgan don't just assume it's another friend of Reggie's. He has no freaking clue.
Reggie's gonna be like, "Welcome everyone, Joy. This is, I don't remember your name," and Reggie seems like distraught by this.
Vulcan will cock his head. But we were just together.
So with the voice, he's gonna be like, "Vulcan, right? You disguised yourself. That is a very good disguise."
Wait, I know what I can.
Joy, Vulcan, Joy. He's a new guy on the team.
There we go.
Yeah, Morgan like walks up to
I
him.
guess this is the second mission that we've had. So he's the new guy on the team that I was telling you about the other day.
There we go. You now have a Lynn disguise.
He will be it's like male, but you know, like Lynn's patterns and stuff. You know, is what he'll look like Lynn's son. Is what I'm saying.
Close enough.
All this is temporary.
Temporary, not Lynn.
Yeah.
I'm fine with using the Lynn stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, it's better.
Morgan just gonna walk up to you and hand you a sack. Like a very big sack. It's heavy.
Oh, thank you.
What
Reggie's
is
gonna look
something?
in the sack.
You want to describe it or shall I?
Oh, you can do it.
Okay. You pull open the heavy, lumpy sack and find that it is filled with an assortment of red, yellow, and green apples.
Perfect. He, brings it over to Joy, and he pulls one out and, rubs it on his shirt and starts taking a bite. And he, like conspiratorially turns toward everyone, and is like, "Don't tell her that I'm spoiling my dinner."
Yeah, you stealthily crunch into this apple as she continues cooking. The sack ends up next to her. She barely pays it a glance. And as she's, that tuck, 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 tuck of her spoon mixing in the broth that she's currently making, you just hear her say, "Don't spoil your dinner, dear."
No.
Yeah, that's it.
They may be your friends, but they're my witnesses.
Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate them. It just suddenly hit me. It's like
See, I
a
thought
strike
you
from
already had
above.
an apple.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make fritters for dessert.
He's not getting it, is he? Or is he?
Reggie does clearly get it when he says funny that.
Okay, yeah.
Takes it away.
Would you have...
Joy does not seem to get it,
Yeah.
which Reggie has probably not shared that tidbit with her.
And as she continues working, moving about the kitchen, do you help her, or is she, doing this herself? Is this her thing and not yours?
Reggie is very clearly, sous chef duties. He's very good at it, and he's doing things that, she wants him to do without, she doesn't need to ask him to do certain things.
She's just going to hand
this
you
meal
stuff,
that,
and you're going to do it. Or she'll point
it's
at
very clearly
something,
that they've
and
been
you'll
doing
do it.
this
Yes.
for quite a while.
Yeah.
They both know the routine,
Oh,
but
yes.
he's doing everything either at her direction or anticipating her whims.
Yeah, kind of knew what was on the menu, so she got the things ready, and you go to it, whether it's peeling, shelling, chopping,
Yeah.
minding. She'll say, "Well, without details, how has it been down there? And all of you are still alive, I take it?"
Last I checked.
Mostly.
There was a bit of a tussle, but, there frequently is. Everyone came out okay.
She is
Oh,
going
yeah.
to.
Susan says I.
She's going to. She's salting something in the moment. She stops and she turns to look at the room, and she sees you. She says, "Morrigan, we don't get to see your face enough. And tell Susan that I said hi and she needs to come visit me soon because it's been too long."
She's busy handling the bar.
Yes, that does seem to be quite important to her recently, and I respect that. But she has friends who don't smell like the sewers, and she should see them.
I get bathed.
She kind of, like, sniffs you see her tilt her head back and pantomime sniffing the air. She says, "I knew you would." We all remember what happened last time someone didn't. She eyes you out the corner of her eye, Reggie.
And it won't happen again.
Exactly. Who wants eggs?
I do.
I knew you would, Desmond. How many are we up to these days?
3 right now.
I see. Keeping them strong. They still got you doing all the heavy lifting?
Yes.
Morgan looks visibly insulted.
That would be an arty thing. Like, wheeze as well as an owl.
I mean, technically, you have him do the heavy lifting. He's other than Vendar's pocket, he's the one who's been lifting all this stuff.
Vendor now? Huh?
Vulcan.
Is Raiken coming back too?
Yes, Raiken will be coming back soon.
Oh my god!
Well, what is it they always say, dear? The pen, bigger than the sword, was that it?
Yes, mightier than the sword.
Oh, right, of course.
But I love it.
Although I think, Reggie, you told me that the pen is mightiest when it's writing orders for more swords, isn't that correct?
That's what I heard from the quartermaster.
I like that one. I'll remember that one.
Which Maximus is that?
Ifar.
Jeez, I think.
I don't remember what
I can never
number it
remember
is.
what the numbers are.
Yes, I do believe Ifar would be saying things like that. I just kind of imagine that at one point or another, many of the people in the Syndicate have taken you up, and so she knows the names of a lot of these people.
Oh yeah, I think most people don't actually think that he's serious, and somebody people have basically lost bets and been like, okay, we gotta take him up on it, and then they do, and it's great, they love it, and then they try and convince everyone, and everyone thinks that they're just pulling their leg, that showing up at Reggie's house for dinner is just fine. But yeah, I think the quartermasters have both been here at different times. And probably a decent number of people from the Syndicate.
I've got few enough names on that list that I can probably have all of them be somebody she knows at this point. All of you included. I've still only got 18 Syndicate names.
It's maximum 58.
There you go. Number 58. Does Susan have any hobbies besides the bar, Morrigan?
She likes surface stuff.
Yes, I imagine
So Morgan
that's
has no
true.
idea.
Long walks along the canals.
When are we going to take another long walk along the canal, Reggie?
There's nothing
She
going on
got
for the next 2 days.
him.
Oh, so it sounds like it could be soon.
Could be a very long walk too.
There are some new shops in the outer city that I think you should accompany me to, dear.
Sounds lovely. And like Reggie very much means this.
She's going to begin foisting bowls upon you to take to the table.
Reggie starts, putting out the food and all of that. He is not good. He's not putting food in front of Vulcan and all of that because he doesn't want to make Vulcan have to say
Deal
that
with
he can't eat and all of that. And as he's going back and forth with the food, he does lean in and whisper something to Joy.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's telling her that Vulcan doesn't eat. It's
Yes.
a thing.
She seems to take this
so
in
that she doesn't-
stride.
Yeah.
Like, she does
Just so
not
that she doesn't
question
say
it.
anything.
Now, I know a couple have been here, but I want to know who else feels that their character would have come to one of these dinners in the past.
I feel like Al would have.
Spider?
Oh yeah, Spider's been here.
Twilight?
Not many, but some.
Alright. Just trying to quickly determine how I should handle each one. So as she places down the plates and she smiles at each person that she's these are centralized that you'd be scooping into your own bowls, whatever there looks good. She's smiling at each person and nodding their recognition. She just says, "Spider, it's been a while since you joined us as well. You were working on a card trick last time, I think? Did you ever perfect it?"
Wait, she said Spider?
Yeah.
Or card trick?
Would she not call you Spider?
He's confused
I'm
about the card
just
trick.
wondering about card tricks. Do I use? Hold on a second. Yeah. Spider uses dice.
And today we learn who can improv. Dice trick. Trick dice.
What would you do with dice?
You can make dice vanish.
Dice towers. Stack them up on the table.
No, I had to check. I couldn't remember if I'd given Spider what gaming set he was using. Don't know, why did I choose dice? Anyway, no. No. And he looks to Reggie. He's like, I believe that was Simon.
Simon. Simon. I have to quickly check to see if Simon's on my list yet. He's not. I have to add him to my
Yeah,
list.
so I think Simon's the new name.
Yes, I'm just making sure. Simon. Simon? He must have only come around once. What was his deal? Oh. He was the card sharp. I hope he hasn't gotten into trouble. Is that why he hasn't been around, Reggie?
Let me roll a history check to know if Simon has gotten into trouble. That is 4. That is a 13.
He is rarely not in some kind of trouble.
That's the nice thing about Simon. He gets himself into trouble, and then he manages to get out fairly unscathed. I saw him just the other week.
Well, if he ever needs a meal, he needs to teach me the card trick. Maybe I can get us into, better ingredients. Make a bigger, fancier dinner.
I'll talk to him about it next time I see him.
I believe your meals are just fine, Joy.
Thank you, Al. Although, I have been trying to get my hands on some more exotic spices. The shipments from Tuca are just so expensive. I need to be reminded, Sam. You didn't come from money, but at this point, does your family live wealthy, or are they still very beneath their means?
They're very beneath their means. So I think most of the money that Reggie pulls in goes to the more charitable kind of stuff. Essentially he goes to the soup kitchen.
Gotcha.
So while he could cut back from they're comfortable.
Yeah.
But they are not living anywhere near the money that he's pulling in with the jobs that he's doing.
Yeah, I figured that was the case. Okay.
So yeah, nice expensive spices from Tuca would be a treat.
Yeah.
But not something that would be
but she wouldn't be complaining about the money because she understands what you're doing with it, right?
Yeah, I think she's heavily involved as well.
I imagine that to be the case. But I think it's not unreasonable that every now and then she wishes she would be able to acquire something.
What was the name of the quartermaster that would be more the non-magic one?
That was Ifar.
Ifar. To Reggie will say, I'll see if Ifar knows of any upcoming shipments from Tuca that we might be able to see if there's anything special in.
That would be lovely. So if you want to come back for another meal, Al, I'd be happy to have you once I've got my hands on those.
I'm so sorry. I totally blanked. Was she addressing me?
Yes. She was inviting you to dinner again.
Well, I would be delighted.
So what news of people's fun lives outside of their jobs? Anybody seeing anyone new? I am a sucker for gossip.
Oh,
Got a new
of course
pet.
you are.
You got a new pet. And
Yeah,
where do you
rat
keep
snuck-
this
snuck-
pet?
A rat snuck into the bar with me, so I figured I might as well keep it.
I shouldn't be surprised by that. That does seem like exactly the kind of thing you might do. What did you name it?
I already forgotten the name of the character. Can you
Gunrun?
write it down somewhere? Can I write it down so I can have it?
Oh,
written?
yeah. Sorry, I thought you said you were going to write it down somewhere. There you go.
Gunrun. Okay, yeah. Nice. Gunrun. I don't know if that's gonna like. Yeah. Exactly, it's gonna ring a bell. For
He'll be
others.
pleased about that.
I have missed a funny joke.
He's one of the tunnel rats.
Oh.
Morgan and him got pretty close earlier today, and well,
Yes, your colleagues below, she says with a wink. Well, I do hope that it elicits the intended reaction.
Okay, so just have to ask like auto character. It's like Sam. Is your wife aware of what you actually do?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, very much so.
Very supportive.
She is like her and Reggie both are very careful about what they say in front of people. Even like amongst us, in case somebody is listening, like to not implicate anything. So that would like it. This talking around thing is fairly like standard. She doesn't ask a lot of questions about like she doesn't ask for details because she knows that details are not good to like share, generally speaking, in the same way that Reggie doesn't like pry into things.
Well, I hope that Gonrad has a long and fruitful life. Twilight, I'm terribly sorry that I haven't addressed you yet. You don't put in with us nearly enough, so please tell me what's going on with you.
Oh, not much. Just keeping busy. Trying to find out what all's going on. Yeah. What happens to be keeping people's interests.
And they're treating you well down there?
Well, as they can.
And how is it working with my husband?
Things never lack for excitement.
I find that to be the case myself. Did anybody bring weapons with them? I know that Morrigan left armor behind, but I don't know how...
She left the weapon too. She's
Okay.
linked to her weapon, so if she needs them, she could just blink them into existence.
Okay.
Al
She
would
doesn't
have
have the
at
carrot.
least a dagger on her.
Okay, but are you, like, did you dress street casual, or are you still, like, prepared for a fight? Or dress nice for dinner, I mean, I guess I should ask.
Al would be dressed nice.
Okay. And Desmond, Twilight, Spider, same?
Yeah, I'd be dressed nice.
Spider always dresses nice.
Desmond would be dressed nice, and he wouldn't bring weapons with him.
Okay. So none of you looks like a fighter currently. Good to know. Now, I'm usually good with names and faces, but you said this was a new friend. I haven't known you to work with too many tabaxi. I know a couple, but You, sir, aren't one of them. What's your name?
My name is Vulcan.
That's an interesting name. And how have you been enjoying your time with these folk?
I have not been here long, but I have enjoyed my time out so far. It is my first time alone out in the world.
You usually have other friends.
This is the first time I've left home.
Oh. Well, this must be an exciting experience for you.
It is. Normally, I am not capable of going too far from my house, but my father designed a special apparatus to allow me.
Oh.
A
Well,
better place to spread your wings than Volinar.
Yes.
she's going to
Ideally,
look... Sorry, go ahead.
ideally, I will need the apparatus if I can achieve what I'm looking to achieve here. Then I will be free to go anywhere.
Oh. I see. Well, if it's an illness or something, I'm terribly sorry, and I hope you find what you're looking for.
You as well.
If Volinar is a lovely place to spread your wings, she says, eyeing Reggie, then where are you from originally?
I am from Elazon in Aspara.
Really? We don't get many travelers from Aspara these days. Things are a little tense.
As it always been.
It certainly feels that way, doesn't it? Well, things got significantly worse a while back, and then things seemed to really improve greatly. There was that kerfuffle, let's say, with the dragons, and the world really seemed to come together in a whole new way for a while. But I guess old bad blood doesn't really stay gone, does it?
Question: what do we eat with? With like
Like
a
forks and
spoon?
spoons and things? Yeah, I don't think that would have changed.
How is the quality? Do I need to roll a strength test?
A strength test? To not
Yeah, because
bend it?
yeah, because as she mentions dragons, Morgan is yeah.
I mean, these people are living below their means, but it's not pewter ware. It'll probably be iron. So yeah, roll a strength test to see if you bend it. Steel.
Strength. 30-20.
The fork in your hand is a little bit crumpled between your fingers.
She mumbles curses.
I think I need one of those. And then Reggie gets up and brings you a new utensil.
I'm sorry, I should have remembered, but the point is that I did believe, I hoped, that we were coming out of it, learning a better way, especially as everything here started to build up and grow. People were real prosperous. The Archmage is special friends with one of the heroes, so and the other heroes are spread around the world. I'll simply say I was surprised that the old feud seemed to rekindle recently.
Yes. There's disagreements about the magic tech versus magic itself.
Isn't that always the way? Somebody's always gotta be the best at magic, and everybody else is doing it wrong, isn't that right?
Certainly seems to be the case.
Well, hopefully we figure out that there can be more than one way to do a thing before we blow each other up.
Yes.
I do like things that blows up.
Not at my
Exactly.
I
table
hope
this
nobody
time,
blows up.
Morgan.
Hmm?
Al.
I said, I hope nobody blows up.
I mean, omelet, breaking eggs, things happen sometimes.
She looks a little
Ow,
exasperatedly at you, Reggie, as you treat the concept of food exploding in such a blasé manner. She's like, not again at my table.
He holds up his hands, like in surrender.
She swings
You heard your woman.
She swings her gaze to Morrigan. She looks exasperated.
Yeah, Morgan's laughing until she got eye contact with her, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Not again. I hope that you have good experiences here in Volinar that perhaps you can share with your friends in Elazon and help to curtail this little spat between our nations. That, I think, would be ideal. Wouldn't you say, dear?
It would definitely be nice for there to be a bit more quiet in the city.
It would be nice if everybody would share what they had. Then I would be free.
We're slowly getting people to share more. But
Excuse me.
there are many people in the world who seem to view all of it as a zero-sum game. And that leads to great deals of greed, which leads to great deals of poverty. The guard, it seems, has settled a bit since the other day. Whatever it was that happened in the tunnels seems to be on the downswing. None of you has gotten into trouble, have you?
Nothing new. That would be a lie, but
Al would jokingly say, not yet.
do we all have to roll deception?
No.
No, okay.
She's simply going to give a kind of wry smile and say, if it does give you trouble, you give them trouble right back.
Oh, you know I would.
I know you would. That's where you can blow things up, Morgan.
That will be spectacular.
Well. Investigations, she's going to say kind of suddenly, and begin pointing at Spider. That was your specialty, not card tricks. Have they been making use of your skills?
Not so much recently.
Well, hopefully they'll remember the caliber of people they have and make sure to make use of them. You were looking for someone. Any leads?
Nine.
I'm sorry.
Nothing concrete.
I do hope you find something soon. I must say, Reggie, I like it when your friends visit. At least it gives us something to talk about at the table.
It's always livelier.
It's always interesting, the kinds of disparate lives that bring people together in Volinar, isn't it? It's what I love about this city. Why I know it can be beautiful. All the different people, their different wants and different experiences.
Reggie's smiling and nodding along.
Well, I'm going to clean up. Oh, I almost forgot. The fritters. They should be near done cooking. She's going to get up and bustle into the kitchen. You're going to hear the grinding of a stone oven being pulled open, and you kind of feel the room warm up a bit. And she goes, "Ooh, it's so hot in there." And you're going to hear the scrape of tin trays as she pulls them out. Says, "Yes, nearly perfect."
It's turning to Reggie. You do have a quite nice place. How is it living up here in the sunlight?
I mean, it's always been home. It's nice to see the different folks walk around the other areas of the city. It really helps to complete the picture.
Not having any trouble, people trying to break in or anything. You know I will kick their ass if they tried.
Oh, people know not to do that here. Reggie says with a smile.
Not bad.
But if ever there was trouble, you'd be one of the first people I went to for help about it. Thank you.
As long as it's not trouble in the bedroom, I'll be happy to help.
Okay.
Okay,
I can
that
handle
sounds so much
myself
fun to
there.
help with.
Al would kind of just be like shaking her head at that.
Reggie
notice
is like cleaning people's plates and silverware with prestidigitation so that they're able to, like, it's clean for the dessert and like starting to move the dinner itself out of the way.
Safe to just use magic like that?
Al like nods with like appreciation to Reggie.
This is going on. Vulcan's gonna take out the piece of jewelry he was working on, tinker with it.
Joy is going to return with the tins of apple fritters in her hands and set those on the table. She's going to lean over to Morgan and say, "Well, this is one of the most magically active cities in Amaranta. People are allowed to freely practice wherever they wish, as long as they're not, hurting others. That's about the only thing that'll get the guard called on you in regards to magic. Or putting on a light and sound show in the middle of the night when people are trying to sleep. That'll get the guard called on you as well.
What doesn't get the guards called on you these days? Well, yeah, I was like, when she was talking about like magic, so she would be like scratching her right arm, so part of her white skin would show for a brief moment, just in case anyone noticed. But she usually covers it up entirely. It's a vertigo.
Gotcha.
I guess that's has Morgan shown herself to be uncomfortable around magic before?
Nah, it's more like she's
Okay.
paranoid on the surface.
Okay. Yeah, because if that had been the case, Reggie wouldn't have used magic to do this.
Oh, no,
cleaning
no.
up.
I mean, she has some magic herself.
Yeah.
It's just like she tends to be a little little paranoid on the surface, looking over her shoulders and making sure things are safe and such.
So as you seem a little bit like trying to be more aware of the surroundings, and there's a fritter on your plate, Reggie looks at it and looks at you very pointedly and says, "I know what you're thinking, but if you throw that, you're going to be in more trouble than I am."
Noted.
I think that Joy is too polite to point out anything about anybody else that they tend to keep hidden in a public setting like this, so she's going to pretend not to have noticed this. This exposure on Morrigan's part. But she is going to, as she sets down the second tray at the other end of the table, pause to look at what Vulcan is working on. And she says, "Well, that's very pretty."
Yes. We got gemstones as a bonus for our work today. And I can make jewelry. So I am making jewelry with it.
Well, that's a wonderful skill to have. Sometimes
I like
wish
to
it
make
was.
things.
Oh. You've started making friends with useful artisans, Reggie.
Everyone I'm friends with is useful in some way or another. Everyone's good at something.
She's going to
like Simon is good at cards.
smile
probably.
sufferingly at you, and she say, "But I have a particular fondness for artisans and their wares."
Oh, you should see the axe he made me. It's pretty cool.
You have a new axe.
Yeah, the old one didn't make it.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Well, she's going to wave a hand rising through the air. Say, "Show it to me."
You sure?
She just smiles at you and nods.
She holds out her hands and like, yeah, like I have the axe will like show up in her hand like, what looks like a burst of flame. But now it's folded, so it's like it doesn't look like an axe.
You see her shoulders come up and her chin sinks out. She says, "I love it when she does that."
And then she just, like flicks her arm and the axe like bends out, like flop flop flop.
That is no ordinary axe, she says, looking at Reggie like, "I know weapons."
You did a good job.
Yes. Vulcan, you did all this with the mechanism, however it works, yes?
Yes. My father taught me everything. He is a good teacher.
You should be proud of the work you've done, and he should be proud of the work you've done.
He is.
You certainly seem to hold him in high regard.
I do.
Can't blame me on that. So he like full stacks back in. I don't think the spell actually says that I can teleport it back. So now she just has it.
No, it's just here.
She's like, I didn't think this through.
We do call that the downside.
Yeah. Because it doesn't say that, it's just that I can call upon it, but it doesn't say that I can like remove it again.
So now
Or you just leave it here and then call it back when you get home.
it looks like an umbrella now.
And now we know that Morgan fulfilled the spell, put that thing back where it came from.
Also help me.
You are so help me. Well.
Criminally underrated movie, by the way.
Yeah, she places down the fritters. Everybody can take one. They're delicious. And probably a reminder of your interaction with the tunnel rats from today. Didn't even get to the other job.
Other job?
very like
We don't
a-
do jobs here.
That's okay.
Hey, I think it's nice with some like cozy roleplay once in a while.
Yeah, I think it's
Getting to know the
important.
characters.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I do think that's very important. So we'll get into that next time. But as we're 5 minutes from 9:30, I think that having you guys, quietly subside into dessert banter and think about how you're going to, well, again, the thing turns into a thing that doesn't look like an axe, so you can probably walk the streets without really being questioned about it as long as you're not threatening somebody with it.
Yeah, and I assume it's like darker when we're done. So it's more like
Yeah. But,
then she feels safer as well, so will not look as threatened. It seems like it's the sunlight that does it.
She's just suspicious of the sun because it doesn't exist down in the tunnels.
It fucking
trust it.
burned me.
I can explain more clearly so that you Tristan knows, but like she's very wary of like open area and like clear skies.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just also think it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm just poking fun. I mean,
I was about to say, wait until she learns about sunburns.
Oh, she knows. She has vitiligo. That is one of the side effects, is that you easily get sunburned.
Yeah.
Hopefully the fire resistance cancels it out a bit.
But it
Yeah,
would
that's
be
a good
radiant
point.
damage. Or no, it would be necrotic damage.
Would it?
It's radiation, which I think is usually necrotic.
True.
That or radiant.
Yeah, like radiant makes sense.
It rides that line. They always just call it enervation, and it's like, yeah, okay, but that's not actually descriptive.
Anyway,
Indeed. So yes, we conclude a lovely dinner with Reggie and Joy Cubby. Actually, I thought that was quite lovely. So good job, everybody. We should be meeting again next week, and so we will.
I'm not around next week.
We are not meeting next week. But perhaps the week after.
Hopefully the week after. Otherwise, because then the week after that, Ari won't be here.
Boo.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll figure out what our meeting schedule is. We'll see you next time on Desmond's Creek. Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Fine.
Bye bye.